Well, here we are at the St John's Hotel in Solihull with Darren Lehmann, former Ashes cricketer, who's actually over here watching. What's it like watching an Ashes series rather than participating in it when you come over all this way?
It's actually not bad. You can say how good you were or you're not. To watch, it's fantastic. I'm a bit of a cricket nuffy, so I just love watching the game. So it's been exciting, the first two Test matches. I would like to have the result go away in Cardiff, obviously. But Lords was a downer. England played really well. And now coming the next three tests, looking forward to the outcome. So hopefully the Aussies can fight back. I'm sure they will. But England got some confidence. So it's just been excellent watching the game and enjoying the contest between England and Australia. So, Australia #1, England are about ranked 8 or 9, but they're certainly playing really well.
Well, Australia as a nation are clearly going through a transitional period, not helped. We know about the big players who've retired, Darren Lehmann, but we know about the big names who are no longer.
I paid him to say that as well, yeah.
But there are some young players, Philip Hughes, as an opener who's had a bit of a tough time actually in the first couple of tests. Although he's made runs in the run-up to it, he's found that the actual test match itself a little tougher.
Yeah, well, I mean, Flintoff's a quality bowler. Yeah. So he's made it hard for him. He's a young kid, he's got a good head on his shoulders. I think he'll go a long way. He'll have to work that out very quickly, but because he's such a good kid, I think he will. So he may play a big part in this series still, he may not, they may change the side, who knows. But for me, he's a kid that is going to go a long way for Australia for a long period of time, once he works out his game and how he gets around someone like Flintoff.
You've played in a number of Ashes series yourself, and you'll know the difference, the mental aspect of an Ashes test match as opposed to even a test match against New Zealand, because you've got a rivalry of your own against the Kiwis, but there's something about the Ashes series when you're out there in the middle, I'm sure it does something to you.
Yeah, it's bigger than any other series. Obviously it's our biggest series. You only have to look back in the history of the game. You look at Bradman and Larwood and all those scenarios, Jardine, and then you go through the Chappell era and etc. So it's always been big for a cricketer to play an Ashes series, a Test match for that matter, whether it's Australia or England. So for any player that their dream is to wear the baggy green if you're an Australian point of view and play against England in an Ashes series. So for us, it's always huge. And look, the results have gone our way in the last so many years. It's not funny apart from 05. We don't want to talk about 05. But that's why it's so big for both countries. It's just the biggest thing you can play in.
Edgbaston's a good ground for you, good memories for you personally. You got the winning runs in the World Cup. That was '99, wasn't it?
Edgbaston's been a great ground for me personally, but as a team, it hasn't been a great hunting ground for us. Obviously, 05 was a nightmare, and then we've lost a few in Edgbaston. But as happened in Lords, we didn't win for. England hadn't won there against Australia for 70 years, I suppose.
75 years.
So hopefully that reverses around this time and we can have a result here.
Jelly of a pitch, I've heard it described as by Steve Rouse, who's the Edgbaston groundsman. It's a thankless task trying to get a test match pitch together in what is a classic English summer, isn't it?
Yeah, but by all reports, I spoke to Ricky Ponting and he said it's going to be still a decent wicket. So I think, providing the weather holds off, I think it'll be a decent game again. So if Australia can win the toss, bat and put some pressure on England, then we're in for a good test match.
That's what he needs, isn't he? He needs to win the toss. He's been unlucky so far.
He hasn't won the toss yet, which is good. We're 1-0 down, which is not good, but you can win some key tosses at key moments, and that's probably what's going to happen, hopefully, in the next couple of test matches.
Darren, thank you so much. Darren Lehmann with us with Gala events at the St John's Hotel in Solihull.